Welcome to Foggy Bottom.
While many people have seen demons in the bottom of a bottle, there's no telling from the front of this nondescript building that it contains a speakeasy, which itself is a front for the backroom headquarters of the demon Pazuzu, a.k.a. Mr. Beautiful. About the only clue to what's inside is the sign on the door.
And that in itself is a clue. Before we can enter this building, we need to solve a puzzle. And that clue is on this sign right here. Now, see if you can work it out for yourselves. Well, when we get there.
A pair of big, dark, bloodshot eyes peer suspiciously out a slot that slides open in the door. The swarthy lids blink slowly.
What is it?
I'll give you 3 guesses and a chance for the washer decking unit.
The password, numbskulls. You want in? You gotta gimme it.
Yes, we need to work out the password. And the clue is on the sign. Have you worked it out yet?
There's a password? You're kidding me.
Nah, you gotta be a member. Read the sign.
Of course, the password is Sesame.
Well, 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 and who's the next victim?
I beg your pardon?
So, this is what you look like now. Wow, they did a nice job. You look great.
Why, Mr. Ashanti, my little heart would be all aflutter, if I had one.
Ahem.
Rachel, honey, allow me to introduce Cinna Stone. She's, an old friend of mine.
Oh, really?
No, I just mean we go way back,
Yeah, we used to go way back, behind the barn, didn't we, Gideon? Hey, Gid, remember the days when I used to see through you? I love you, baby. I'll always love you.
Cut it out, Cinna. This is Rachel.
Not the Rachel. Well, what do you know? Walks on 2 legs and everything.
Wait a minute. Gideon, you never mentioned that you two were...
Involved, friendly, acquainted, pals, buddies, amigos, familiar with the beast with 2 backs, just good friends, a scream in the night, rock around the clock, what do you know, here come the daylight kind of friends.
Right. He never mentioned that.
So, Cinna, how's things by you?
Oh, just fine, thank you for asking. I found that after you, electronics is the next best thing. Of course, it's not like I have any choice in the matter now.
I was really sorry when I heard, Cinna.
I know, I got your cards, the flowers, or rather, the flower. What is that supposed to be, dashing or something? A man sends you a single rose?
That wasn't a white rose by any chance.
White as snow. You on the mailing list?
One of many, apparently.
Rachel, the woman was dead. I mean, not dead exactly.
It's all right, Gideon. I was dead, still am, as a matter of fact, in the quaint, traditional sense of the word. I'm not more than a picture in a scrapbook.
I just don't get this stuff. It's you. You're thinking, talking, still seem to have a little feeling, but...
It's not her feeling I was wondering about.
Relax, Rachel. Gideon always preferred his women to have some substance. Didn't you, Lamb Chop? He liked them live, too.
So how did they do this?
Did most of this myself, actually. You work with the kind of ordnance I work with, you always figure on slipping someday, especially when the tech updates itself every 5 minutes. I developed this droid I'd been tinkering with for years, and every now and then I downloaded as much of my own playful, sweet self as I could into data, My personality, memories, you name it. Everything. That's me onto a couple of compact discs. I didn't bother to keep up the holographic file, so you'll notice I'm a bit younger than the last time you saw me. The last picture of me was from a cousin's wedding. I remember wishing I'd brought some plastic explosives with me. The band played Satisfaction once too often.
Do you remember what happened? I'm sorry, you probably would rather not.
Nah, it's all right. I don't remember a thing. I only remember up to my last downloading, which was about a week before what my doctors like to call the unfortunate incident. I remember taking the assignment, though. It was with an old friend from the Georgetown Revo days. You know, an old friend I was seeing in a new kind of light. He was a pretty damn good B&E man, though. But as far as demolitions go, he didn't know shit from Shinola. So I thought I'd help out and see what it would be like to work together. The job called for us to use proto-glycerin caps. Nitro in gel form. Highly unstable stuff. Not for use at home. Next thing I know, I'm coming out of surgery, and there's no there.
You think your partner is screwed up?
Couldn't say. He didn't make it. He always was kind of fumble-fingered when it counted, though. I guess it just goes to show you, never mix love and explosives.
Sorry about your friend.
Don't be. I'm a holograph. Go ahead, pinch me.
Who was in on the operation? What was your target?
Oh, no, you don't, Arkhead. You know I would never give up names.
Well, I'm not exactly with the firm any longer.
I heard. They finally wised up to the fact that you weren't really a fascist at heart and put a hit out on you. But I figure, knowing you, that it hasn't sunk in yet. You probably figure it's some bureaucratic snafu you can still clear up. And to be honest, it's an old habit that's going to die even harder than I did, knowing better than to talk about the Revo side of things. I mean, remember how much trouble you had kissing in public? Even after we'd been going out ages, it made you uncomfortable?
Was he like that with you, too? I thought it was me.
Now, he's got his prudish side. And does he still leave wet towels all over the place?
Is that towels plural? How would you leave wet towels all over the place?
Oh, wait a minute. I think we're getting off the subject.
How'd you like to see him take a walk on the Revo side?
Gideon? That's something I'd like to see.
Great. Why don't you come with us? We could certainly use you. Of course, with my expertise with explosives, I'm likely to blow you up again.
No problem. That's the great thing about being dead. You don't sweat the little things.
Great. I have a feeling that with you along, we'll really be able to give the Hand a run for their money.
Yeah, well, you know my motto. If you can't figure it out, blow it up. By the way, Rachel, I was just kidding earlier. I mean, I knew it was over between Gid and me the first time I heard him mention your name.
Really? The first time? Why, Gideon.
Judas Priest. Is it me, or did the road just get longer? Okay, ladies. Beautiful must be behind that door at the rear of the bar. First thing we should do is confront that demon. Once we've done that, we can consider these other leads we've collected. Let's see. Dante told us about Aldous Xenon of the CFF. We should go there soon. There's Nick Cannon at Voice of God near the mall, and Dr. Clean at McPherson Square. Jersey tipped us to Mouchoir's computer in the Transgressions office near Federal Triangle, and he also mentioned a demon hunter named Dean Sterling. Maybe Mouchoir's got something on Sterling. Of course, if we really get desperate, we can drop in on our old friends Pap and Anime at their comic shop near Gallery Place. Not far from that Xenon fellow. A long road indeed. On to beautiful, ladies.
Oh, okay. We have now recruited Sinner Stone. there are plenty of people to speak to right now, so this section of the game, even though it already has been, is going to be dialogue heavy. But before that, let's examine everyone and everything that we can.
The place still resonates with the shockwaves emanating from the mysterious and brutal murder of the owner, Swivel O'Leary, by a government scrub team. All the normal, talkative patrons keep coming, however, maybe because now they have something to talk about.
Well, that's quite handy. I mean, this is extremely handy because it lets us know who is in the room and what is in the room.
This disparate confabulation of decades of urban contrariness in fashion, attitude, and jargon appears to have dressed in the closet of some countercultural royal in the dark. Carries it all off with the haughtiest, most regal bearing, though. The look of royalty, slightly deposed.
Now, that could be anyone in this room.
A woman of striking warmth and grace is out of place in this seedy speakeasy.
I don't wish to make assumptions, but I'm guessing that this is Sophia here.
Ever since the previous bartender, owner Swivel O'Leary, was brutally murdered by a scrub team, former Hell's Angel Sore has been nervous and tender as a, well, open sore.
I'm guessing that this is Open Sore right here. Is that Schneid's beer? Anyway, that's not important.
Some things never change. A big, badass biker.
Ausgezeichnetes Altbrau, excuse my German. I think that means excellent alt beer or brew.
The excellent old beer, first brewed by the Nazis in Berlin. This is the label of the upper crust in the days of the Solux regime.
Oh, lovely.
He may look like an elf, but he's really a wizard when it comes to jury-rigging anything out of nothing. He's even got his appearance rigged to his liking. Due to his size and quiet demeanor, he's easily overlooked, despite the fact that his name has near legendary status.
Alright, time to talk. Let's start from the bartender.
What'll it be?
Answers to some questions we have.
Okay, beer.
I beg your pardon?
That's my answer.
You only sell beer?
We like to keep it simple.
We wanted to ask you about Swivel O'Leary.
Swivel's dead.
We know. You got any idea why the hand would off him?
You don't get it. He's dead, as in smeared against the freaking wall. As in no way in hell I'm talking to you about him.
Cripes. Whatever happened to the friendly neighborhood barkeep that you could tell your troubles to?
He's still dead.
So are we, if we keep wasting time on clowns like you. Come on, Gid.
I was wondering when you two would get to me.
What are you talking about, fella? We never saw you before.
I know, just my footprints. And that's only when I got sloppy a couple of times.
Who the hell are you?
Name's Scub Stevens.
Holy cow, Scub Stevens? The man's a legend.
You're Scub Stevens? You're kidding me.
You expected something taller?
Well, yes, frankly. A holograph can dream, can't she?
Sinna, a holograph can have some manners.
It's just that we never figured on meeting you. The sign of a good rigger is that he doesn't leave too many fingerprints. You don't leave any. In fact, that's how we know a job is yours. No fingerprints, no marks, vert after images, nothing.
But for what I seen, if anybody could have given me problems, Would have been you two. Too bad for Ark. You're out of the business.
Wait a minute. I just remembered something. Didn't a scrub team come after you once?
Maybe? No maybe about it. Don't they teach you Ark boneheads about famous disasters amongst your peers? I mean, he took out an entire scrub team.
Let's just say you should never try to take a jury rigger at home. I didn't have to lift a finger. All they had to do was open the door. How did you guys escape?
Pure luck. They were expecting to take us out one at a time.
It's never pure luck when you outdo a scrub team, lady.
And I'm beginning to think our luck has run out.
Well, maybe not. You're off the hand's map now. That's one good thing. They don't know where you are. They don't know what you know. There's a bunch of good people that were in your jurisdiction they never heard of. People you laid off of. Maybe some of them could help you.
People like you?
I could be persuaded. Plus, I sort of owe you two.
You'd be willing to work with us even though there's a scrub team after us?
Yeah, what the hell? It's a slow week. Well, what do you think? You need me?
It sounds like there's a scrub team after Scub permanently. We may as well recruit the legendary Scub Stevens.
Great. But don't you have to, get your little black bag or whatever it is riggers carry their tools around in?
Nah, I'm a rigger for God's sakes. If you can't make do with stuff on hand, what good are you?
Hey, sweetheart, ditch that loser and run with a real man. I got a full tank of gas in the hog, a 6-inch wad of $100 bills, and enough adrenal stimulators to party for a week straight.
Don't get me wrong. It does sound tempting, but we have a job to do.
Tempting offer, Chief, but I'll pass. We've got work to do.
Come on, babe, what can Tall, Dark, and Depressed do for you that Mind Runner can't? Hanging with me is more than just physical, if you get what I'm saying. They don't call me Mind Runner for nothing.
Can it, Casanova? We're digging for data on Swivel O'Leary.
O'Leary. Funny how a man gets more interesting once he's had his intestinal tract splattered all over a walk-in freezer. Swivel played it cool. Kept his mouth shut. Mostly mumbled to himself. Hell, half of that was in Latin.
Latin? He spoke Latin?
Just a few phrases. Hell only knows where he picked that up. Freaking annoying is what it was. I almost busted his chops plenty of times. Vocabulum est grale. Omnis venere abgenitor. He must have mumbled that 1,000 times under his breath. What's with you two? That mean something to you?
Vocabulum est grale. Ominous venere obgenitor, huh? The word grale could mean something.
Glad I could help, Sunshine. Guess you owe me now. I can think of dozens of ways to repay me, depending on how flexible you are.
I should really look up what that actually means. Now, Grale, I believe, is, well, I'll work that out for next time.
I shudder to ask.
Actually, I thought we'd do the asking.
I should have known. Investigators. You have that orderly, methodical look. Seekers of arrangement where there is none. It doesn't exist. And even if it did, I'm not interested.
Judas Priest. How do you order a drink with that kind of mumbo-jumbo?
Kind of reminds me of the time I tried to get you to talk about commitment, Gideon.
Yeah, well, you blew your chance at that one, didn't you? In more ways than one, I'd say.
Blew my chance? Did it ever occur to you that maybe some women feel that they don't have to beg a man to commit to something? Maybe I was secure enough.
Are you saying that I'm insecure, you tin-plated bimbo?
Will you two knock it off?
All right, all right. So anyway, lady, what you're saying is you're a fan of disorder.
Queen of chaos, actually. Deck in, baby. C'est moi. Queen chaos.
Is it me, or is this conversation just a tad over my head?
It's shooting around you, my dear, like subatomic particles ricocheting for no discernible reason. And yet, I repeat, even disinformation includes information.
Do you know how we can get a hold of Mr. Beautiful?
Everyone knows that. You just have to say the magic word.
Good. There's nothing random about that. It takes a certain particular word to summon him up.
And yet not without the possibility of chance occurrence. Much like what happens in happenstance. A cyberduality, the prosing occurrence of his appearance with you standing there. Much like if a drink was suddenly to appear at my elbow, for example.
Much like the fat within chance. You want a drink from us, you've got to give us some news we can use.
I'm sorry. You're like aliens to me. I see him all around me. It seems easy. You must merely look at the creature to see his essence.
But we can't look at him if we can't summon him up.
If you could, you would see no more than some petty hood, not unlike thousands of others. Fate has condemned him, so he is the essence of condemnation. In that lies his essence. Within his essence, you will find him.
Oh, so condemnation is his essence, and his essence is condemnation. That's good to know.
My head hurts.
Mine too. I give up. Thanks for your time, Queenie.
Hold on, was that Grace Jones? It definitely sounded like her.
You don't look like the type who drinks in a place like this.
Not by choice. I'm desperate to earn some money. Know anybody who needs the services of a good forger?
Damn right you don't look the part. Why put yourself at risk?
That's my business, isn't it?
Not if you're pushing your services to us.
I told you, it's the money. I need cash to get my daughter out of this city. She lives with a gang of kids that call themselves the Clean Machine. They live near McPherson Square in a tenement across the street from their opposite numbers, the Deadly Seven.
That's odd. What caused the division? Was it a result of their deck mutation?
Not much we can do about getting your girl out of the gangs, but we could have use for a forger.
I always carry my tools. If you want me to work with you, I'm ready. But my condition is this. You two help me convince Chastity to leave the Cleans. Do something to show her how empty a life it is, and I'll serve as your forger. Agreed?
I will certainly do my best, but if she does not want to leave, then I don't know if we can force her.
Remember our deal now. You have to help me with Chastity while I forge for you. Time goes by, and I think you're welching on our deal. I'll leave you high and dry.
I normally like to work out foreign languages before I enter into these videos, but for some reason that one slipped me by. But I'll definitely work it out for the next video.
Besides the fact that the room is papered with the kind of wallpaper you don't want to stray too close to, there's the pentagram on the floor, and all the other etceteras you'd expect in the office of a Major League demon. The jukebox, though, is a puzzling inclusion.
Why is that? I don't think it's that uncommon for a very elaborate office to contain a jukebox.
A regulation but souped-up, customized pool cue that has a kind of sticky feel to it. It belongs to Mr. Beautiful. A small demon in spats feigns servility. He is the demonic epitome of the plotting servant, carrying out his master's agenda whenever it coincides with his own agenda. A blast from the past, a jukebox loaded with Mr. Beautiful's favorite hits.
The cue is not yours to take. While my master lives, he'll use your head to break. Now is not the time to dance. You've business in the city dark. On my cue, you get your chance. What's this? What trouble have I bought? Have I copped a fate, not in full? Are you heat or scrubs who want me shots? I plead you see, I'm only dutiful. I didn't make the game I play. The one you want is Mr. Beautiful.
You got that right, Shorty. We need to see your master. Now.
See him? Not everyone may. Those who do are select. Make your bones, you've dues to pay. I will summon him if I elect, but for me to chant and call him hence, from you the code I must detect.
Now, there isn't really much of a clue here, but we did have something that Queen Curse said, which was about Mr. Beautiful's essence, which is condemnation. You know, condemnation, his essence. So maybe that was quite a big clue in seeing him.
The underworld will part and rend, a fissure up from hell to surface, and beauty rise at the word condemn. Ah!